Hello, it's Jennifer with Synapti Botanicals. I am doing this video to share with you how I'm going to make a special tea for myself. It's basically going to be just an infusion. I am using some astragalus root, and I went ahead and bought this astragalus root from Mountain Rose Herbs, and as you can see, I've been making formulas with it to sell. But this is a really good astragalus root, and what you're looking for with astragalus root is a nice bright yellowish color for the root, and the smell should kind of be a little sweet actually for astragalus root. And I'm using the astragalus root in this formula, which is a very three herb, very simple formula. And I'm using the astragalus root because it is going to have a balancing effect. It's adaptogenic. It also, over a long period of time, has a tonifying effect on your immune system. So it helps with all of your immune organs, your spleen, your lymph, and your liver. So it has a really good balancing effect for those organs and for your immune system in general. And astragalus root is just a wonderful herb for your spleen, especially, which is what I have a lot of issues with strengthening that. So I'm making a tonifying or tonic herbal formula, and I'm doing it a little bit different this time, and I'll tell you why in 1 second. So the other part of the formula is going to be, of course, one of my favorites, licorice. So I got some licorice root. And I've noticed that these roots are a little bit more fragile than they usually are. So hopefully they'll come out pretty good in the infusion that I'm making. And also one of my other favorites, holy basil. Sorry, it's backwards, but holy basil, of course, is also really good for relieving stress, balancing your nervous system, helping you get over stress better, helping you kind of get grounded. It's also called Tulsi in the Ayurvedic system, but it goes really well with astragalus root as well as that licorice. And licorice, as we talked about before, licorice is really great for harmonizing all of the different herbs together. It brings a nice sweet, calming taste, and it's really good for digestion. It's also good for your immune system. It's good for your reproductive system. It's a wonderful, wonderful herb. I put licorice in all of my formulas, and I learned that I had made some tinctures a while back with licorice in them, but I learned that that's not the best thing to do. Try to make a decoction or infusion like I'll show you right now with licorice instead of making a tincture, because a lot of the harsh resins that are in licorice come out in the tincture form. Little note there. Okay, so while I'm making this this different type of infusion, so what I'm doing, instead of just making a decoction, boiling these herbs, I'm using two roots, so astragalus root and licorice root, but I'm also using holy basil leaves and stems here. So normally you would make a infusion or just a basic tea with the leaves and stems, and you make a decoction with the roots, right? So if you came to my workshop, you would have learned that. But anyway, so I don't want to really make something that may not pull out all of what I want from the licorice by making just an infusion. But I also do not want to boil the holy basil too long if I'm boiling it for the roots, the astragalus and the licorice root. So what do? What I'm going to do is make a 24-hour infusion. So basically I'm going to boil some water, and with my handy dandy pot that I almost never use, it's a little teapot, but excuse the kitchen. Inside the teapot, hopefully you can see this, is a infuser like this. It has little holes in it. What I'm going to do is you put that down into the teapot, and then I'm going to add my herbs right into this opening here. And then I'm going to pour that boiling water over top, put the top on there, and then let it sit, let it cool. It'll cool, you know, for a few hours, and then I'll take some of the tea for one dose, and then I'll put it into the refrigerator, and then I'll have it for tomorrow. I'll bring it to room temperature and have it for a second or even third dose. I'm going to try to go for about 4 to 6 weeks on this tonic formula, and hopefully it's going to bring me down, relieve all that stress that I've been having at work and whatever. So that's my plan, to do that for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to make a large batch of this formula, and I think it's going to be fine for the 2 day supply. Hopefully I can push it to the 3 day supply, but we'll see. Definitely the 2 day supply. So yeah, wish me luck. All right, peace everybody.